Howdy everybody, I just want to welcome you to our video review for The Amazing Brain Train. It is a WiiWare game developed originally by Grubby Games in 2008 for the PC, and it has now been moved to WiiWare. It is a puzzle game in the same vein of the Brain Age, Big Brain Academy style games. You play as Professor Fizzwizzle, who is tasked with going around and performing tasks for these various animals around the world that you inhabit. There are three different modes you can choose from. The quest mode is your main adventure mode. You've got test mode, which is sort of like the daily tests in Brain Age or Big Brain Academy, where you are given 5 random mini-games and you're given a score based on how well you do in those 5 games. And then practice mode will let you play any of the games that you've unlocked in either the timed mode that you normally play in, or you can play in an unlimited mode where you just get to play. And first off, I'm going to show you a little bit of the quest mode, and right now I am in the middle of a quest where I am delivering nose plugs to different animals for Ralph the Skunk here. I've delivered my first one to this dear Dorothy, and now I am on my way to deliver a nose plug to Skippy the Frog. Essentially, you drive this train that has to stay on these tracks, and the train is powered by your brain, and in order to fuel your train, you have to play these mini-games. And based on how well you do, that determines how far your train can move. And on this one, I am shown a shape, and then I have to memorize it and recreate it by pointing in between the stars to place lines in between them. I'm going to show you this minigame, and then I'll show you one more in the quest mode, and then I'm going to go into and just show you some of the other minigames real quick. You can see over here, you can see a bar graph based on some of your past scores that shows you just kind of how you've done so far. It's one of those games that older players might find a bit repetitive after a while. There are 15 mini-games in total that you can unlock, and you start out with about 10 of them, and then you can unlock 5 as you go along. And you'll see this is how far my train travels this time, and then you just click the travel button and you're given another random mini-game. And in this one, you can use the D-pad to move this monkey around, and you have to slide around the ice collecting all the fruit, and you stop, and I screwed that up, you stop when you touch a fruit, and you can input commands faster than the monkey can move, so you might want to, you really have to pay attention to what you're doing. You know, this is definitely, you can tell it's designed for a younger player. It's got these very cute monkeys, animals that inhabit the world. You know, everything has big round eyes. And I am completely screwing this up. But, I'm going to skip that one. You've got a time limit. Each of these games is timed. You know, the scenarios that you're going to be doing in the main adventure mode are fairly silly, and one of them one of the characters had a cold, and I had to go around to the different animals collecting things like a bowl of soup, an orange, and a box of Kleenexes for him. And in another one, you know, like right now, I am delivering nose plugs because nobody likes to be around the skunk because he stinks. And in one, the frog has a crush on the hippo, and you have to go from the frog, after he tells you that he likes the hippo, to the hippo to tell her, and then she'll give you a kiss that you have to then deliver to him. And as you complete these quests, you will unlock sections of the track that will allow you to take shorter routes between some of these animals. You don't get to pick the route you're taking. Your character will always choose the quickest route, and you can see as you unlock mean, as you play the games, you can unlock trophies that show you some of the stuff you've done. Most of them are based on, you know, how much of a score you've gotten, completing puzzles consecutively without screwing up, distance traveled. You know, this one was just for completing a quest, you get a trophy. Most of them, though, you'll see are based on score or distance. So, you know, there are 32 in all that you can unlock as you go along. Now I'm just going to go in and show you practice mode a little bit so you can see some of the other ones. This is my favorite minigame. You have to use mirrors to direct these light beams to warm up these koala bears who are freezing. And you click on it, you can click on it again to rotate it. If you click on it a third time, it will remove a mirror. You'll see, you know, just having the mirrors in the proper places will direct the light beams where you need them to go. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you're going to find there's a lot of repetition involved. You're going to be doing the same mini-games over and over again, and if you find that a problem, it may be something you might want to avoid, I don't know, but you know, it's definitely something that younger players will really enjoy, and I'll show you in just a minute the leaderboards that I have, and you'll see that they are dominated by my 11-year-old daughter who loves this game. You know, Professor Fizzwizzle has been in a number of games in the past. He's starred in a Breakout-style game where you are rescuing animals by trapping them in a bubble. There was a platformer game that he was involved in at one point. And this is his foray into helping to make your brain stronger. That's going to be it. I'm out of time. So, you'll see, you get your score, and it will show you some of your highest scores, and then I'll show you, see, you know, I have the second highest score, but it's dominated mostly by my daughter. If I was really nasty, I'd reset the scores, but that would be me. So, I mean, and they are broken up into these different types. You've got planning games, which has the one with the monkey. This one you are matching based on, you have to match 3 squares that have similar attributes. Spatial games where you have this maze, you use the pointer to direct the mouse through the maze to get the cheese. And in this one, you have these dogs, and you grab characters and you move them around to untangle them so that none of the leashes are crossing over each other. This one has you trying to recognize a pattern. It's got the arrow pointing, and you have to recognize that pattern and then click on the appropriate squares. This one is a very fast rapid-fire math game where it gives you an equation and you have to fill in the missing piece. This one you are going around and it gives you a number that you have to hop around on these lily pads to add up to that total. You know, there's matching games, memory games. This one has you placing these pieces so that you can fill in this square. And it's a lot of fun. You know, I've unlocked all the minigames now. You see there are 15, 3 in each different category. You can play in either timed or untimed. You'll start by creating a profile that you can log in, and you can have a number of different profiles. There are different options where you can go in, you can change some of the effects, you can get instructions on all the minigames, and you can see who created the game. But if you're interested in seeing the written review, you can check out the sites, Nintendo-Okie.com, for the full written review and all my final thoughts on the game. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching.